I saw a video get recommended to me titled, Is K-pop Getting Boring or Are You Just Muttering? And it's by Clarence Angelo. So credits to him for this video idea, and I'm not here to hate his video or anything, but it sparked an idea in me. His video idea is completely the opposite of mine, so it may come off as a hate or disagreement, but his video just inspired me to write this script. People say, K-pop is getting boring, and they say also that, K-pop is starting to sound the same, which fine, people can say that, but do people say it only based on title tracks or MV tracks of the groups? If so, again, similar to my thoughts on short songs, do people not listen to B-sides, bands and soloists? Plus, saying that K-pop is starting to sound the same, is it really sounding the same when the title track could be some loud EDM song, for example, but then you go through the B-sides on the album and find a completely different song that is chill R&B or sad ballad? K-pop is a genre of different sounds and music, and so if K-pop is boring, then is every single K-pop song in different sounds, genres, music etc. boring and sounding the same? And if you disagree with me and then change the topic to just title tracks or MV tracks for which you say K-pop is boring, then it's not boring. Saying K-pop is boring and sounding the same isn't really saying anything if it's just for one set of the music, right? Because I don't think you would be saying the same thing if you're listening to more in K-pop than just title or MV tracks. Even if you were discovering more groups than just what the biggest, most popular groups in the mainstream are releasing, you wouldn't call K-pop the same and boring too. You couldn't tell me that K-pop is starting to sound the same when comparing 2026 songs like Heart of Woman's Lost in Proof, AHOF's Run to You, Flare U's Way to You, If I's Hazy Daisy, for examples that I could remember. These are 4 examples I have of bigger budgeted, easily findable groups that are 2 comebacks and 2 debuts, that are 2 boy groups and 2 girl groups, where you can't tell me that all these songs sound the same to each other. There's so much more out there in K-pop, and calling K-pop boring or that K-pop is starting to sound the same is from your limited view of K-pop, looking at the most popular mainstream artists, who most likely follow trends and do the same things. Some lesser known or mid-tier bigger budgeted groups also trend hop, but you guys say these things about K-pop and are mostly just talking about the most popular groups out there. The ones where if you were to say K-pop, these group names would come to mind first. K-pop could actually be boring with the same concepts, music and such, but K-pop should be seen as a music first, and talking about concepts being the same is definitely a valid critique to have, but when we listen to K-pop, do we listen to the concept or the music? Especially with live stages, concerts, music streaming platforms etc., where we're focusing on the music more than the concept. And if we say that the music is starting to sound the same, then how many songs are we talking about here from different groups? Because if we pull up a small handful of groups and say that they're all starting to sound the same, then I can pull up other groups to add to that category, but these groups that I pulled up may not even fit in the category of same sounders. And that would mean that these groups that I pulled out are different in terms of music because they don't fit in with the same sounders, and so what would that mean for you? Would you dismiss the groups that I pulled out and tell me, well, these are not a lot of groups that you pulled out, so my point still stands about K-pop sounding the same, and if so, then I could also say the same thing about the groups that you named who sound the same, not being enough to say that K-pop is starting to sound the same, and that I could say that K-pop is different because of these groups that I pulled out for the argument. K-pop is a diverse genre that can never truly be boring and sound the same, especially because there's just too much music releasing every day that can be classified as K-pop, and if you think that K-pop is boring and sounds the same, then you must be hearing every single K-pop release to happen. Bands, soloists, groups, including boy groups, girl groups, co-ed groups, boy bands, girl bands, co-ed bands, and B-sides too. You're not missing even one release regardless of who releases them. And so only after that, listening to every K-pop release to ever happen, have you come to the conclusion that K-pop is boring and sounds the same. But if you're not doing that, then you're definitely just saying it based on one part of the music side of K-pop, which I know is the main part of a release, the title track and MV track, but if we're gonna come to all our conclusions and complain about K-pop based on those alone, then the music may have not been what K-pop stans cared for at all to begin with. And that's the truth that I've concluded from this. Also, I forgot to mention that if K-pop is boring and is starting to sound the same, then what part of K-pop is boring? Because again, K-pop is a genre of different sounds and music being done, and so to find K-pop boring there must be something about it that is boring in terms of the music. Everything in K-pop can't be boring, because clearly previously when you didn't find K-pop boring you were liking the songs, which meant a specific genre, type of sound etc., and who's to say that type of sound or genre isn't still being done somewhere in K-pop for you to enjoy it? Plus, what part of K-pop is starting to sound the same? Because if you were to say that these groups are all starting to sound the same with the same concepts, then again are you talking about it mainly from the title tracks and MV tracks perspective of the groups? Because then you're dismissing the discography of the group which could be diverse, and even for that particular song you say makes the group sound the same as others could have B-sides that prove otherwise, but you'd just be cherry-picking things so you can call K-pop boring and say it sounds the same. You'd just be basing the entirety of K-pop based on the title tracks and MV tracks, which again make me wonder if you've even listened to the B-sides of that particular song's album, and if you have, are the B-sides not worthy enough to be thrown out there as sounding different, as much as the title track to be dragged for being another? K-pop is starting to sound the same. Are B-sides just not good enough for you guys in any context to be used as proof for anything? For me, B-sides are always perfect, smack in your face, songs because title tracks and MV tracks don't make up the group's whole discography and shouldn't just define what a group are, since the B-sides are still songs done by the group, therefore making it a sound or genre a group has done. So K-pop can't really be boring or starting to sound the same, if the B-sides of the group that exist making K-pop different won't get brought up in the discussion simply because it breaks the point y'all are trying to push, and it's not a good look for you guys. Maybe you end up listening to other language music or Western pop music or just English music in general because you find K-pop boring and starting to sound the same, and maybe you like the other non-K-pop music more and stop listening to K-pop entirely. That's fine since it's your choice, but who's to say that the other music isn't doing it the same way you saw K-pop, that led you to call K-pop boring and starting to sound the same? Who's to say that the other music outside of K-pop actually is giving you music you enjoy and not just being the same as you saw K-pop? And if that's true but you still end up enjoying the other non-K-pop music, then was calling K-pop boring and starting to sound the same even valid? I'm not trying to sit here to tell you what you have to like in music, and you should listen to what you want to listen to and what you enjoy. But it would certainly be something to question if you complain about K-pop for its boring and sounding the same behavior, but you love non-K-pop outside of Korea music that acts the same as K-pop even when you have so much to complain about K-pop. I start to wonder if it was ever about the music with you guys. Here is a list of some 30-something, probably 32 group songs total, of 2026 girl and boy group debuts, debut B-sides, comebacks and comeback B-sides to show you that K-pop doesn't sound the same, because you can't tell me that all these songs sound the same, and that K-pop isn't boring as well since there's a lot of diversity that there has got to be something that you like in K-pop for you to not say K-pop is boring, when of course your limited view of K-pop music is gonna make you see K-pop as such. So yeah, here are the songs.
천문을 열고 나면 나는 어떻게 되는 걸까? 다음 세상일지 깊은 심연일지 몰라도 Let's see I could bet I can stop is our love. 우리 감정 rise up, we are invincible. Chase up, don't stop, you're never going down, down, down.
I don't care. I'll make it all out, make it all out. You don't care. 더 크게 올려 up, up, up. You spear. 별빛은 물든 black 선물처럼 펼쳐진 눈부신 별세계 우리만의 fantasy time.
Good dream, others bounce, 비켜봐. We're going up, 근데 한계 끝에 된 illusion. Cause it's time, I lost my your journey, go dreamer. Don't stop it now, fighter. Falling through the rush, never let you down. Get it up like
Boom, out, 피어나고 있어 still now. Everything together, 나만이 벅차오르게. 꽃은 피고, 꽃은 다시 지고. 이별 뒤에 우린 다 사랑하고.
blue splash, 너와 나 터지는 sunshine. 숨가쁘게 run, run, run. 여름보다 더 뜨겁게 fly.
Eat it up, hungry, can't get enough. Hungry, eat it up, hungry, 아직 모자라. Hungry, body wave, 땅보다 뜨겁게. Body wave, 넌 좀 끝내. Body wave,
Zero, 꽃잎이 흩어져. But if I lose, then I'm zeros, zeros.
I'll be there. 늘 네 곁에 있을게. 날 믿어줘. Be there. To love, I'm falling. To love, keep calling. 처음 느끼는 emotion. 저도 괜찮은 걸. 넌 내 안으로 더욱 깊이 정신을 잃게 해줘, babe. 이 리듬으로. Open up, circle, rolling round. You're my ring. 끊임없이 맴도는 난 너의 곁을 계속 맴돌아.
Get right, 갈 때까지 가보자고 rock me now. Get right, 어디로 튈지 모르지만.